because it's just dynamic and you can learn. Obviously, you get into, the more you play, allowing the ball to bounce, hit the back wall, and then you tack. And I think soon, we're going to get underway, and I do believe we can go across to our courtside reporter, Julian.
We are going to hear from our man who is down at the side of the court. Speak to us, Julian.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to New York City and day one of the Cities Cup PPL finals. Let's get ready for a paddle battle like never seen before in the Big Apple. This is not just a competition, it's a clash of world champions where only the best and the strongest team will rise supreme. And now, it's time to present the Paddle Warriors and the first two teams ready to light up the city that never sleeps. Ladies and gentlemen, please let's give a hand of applause for representing Miami Paddle Club, Ari Sanchez, Marta Talaván, Agustin Tapia, John Sands. Representing the Houston Volts, Claudia Jenson, Lorena Rufo, Alex Chosas, and Ivan Ramirez del Campo. Are you ready for an epic clash of paddle titans? Let the games begin.
Let the games begin. I like the sound of that. Are we ready to be entertained? We'll just have a little bit of a warm-up. So let the games begin, Eric. We'll just have our little
posing now for the family photo.
Little warm-up.
Little family photo.
Exactly. There are players who will be playing, well, at least the next two of our matches. Tapia, Sanchez, Talaván.
Now, the interesting thing here is you have your club colours. Now, a lot of players are really superstitious, and when they play a tournament with one colour and they win, they like to play with that colour again. If they lose a game or get knocked out of a competition, they like to change. One of the most superstitious is Orosoro, who basically has to be the last person on, the first person off, and always wants to change. But here you've got some beautiful kits, and I mean, I can't wait for this event to start. Now, first we have the women's doubles, then the men's doubles, then potentially, if the series is tied, Paul, 1-1, you get the decider. Now, these two teams will be looking to close it out 2-0 to get those maximum 3 points.
Exactly. I mean, as we say, it's a really, really intense schedule. Everyone is going to have at least 3 games one day, or 3 matches one day after another. Obviously, the least running around you do, probably the better you're going to get to the semi-finals if you qualify. Our referee
New
there.
balls.
Every seven games you get them changed.
Well, Houston Volts, the underdogs here. Miami Paddle Club, probably the favourites, of course, winning that inaugural event of 2024 on home soil. There was another event also in Miami before that event in San Diego. Houston Volts made their debut at the 2023 All-Star Game in San Diego. And here we've got, well, Talaván Sanchez, Jenson, Rufo. You're looking at the number 11 ranked player in the world, Jenson. Rufo, number 23.
Yeah, as I said.
Marta Talaván, I mean, I know you're a big fan of Marta Talaván, number 32, but you've got Adi Sanchez, who right now is the best player in the world.
Yeah, exactly. I said her and her partner, Paula Jose Maria, they've been basically unstoppable for the last couple of years.
Together since 2021. They won 14 titles in 2023. It's been a record-breaking year. Again, 9 titles this season. Won our first in 2017. hasn't stopped since.
No, exactly. Just looking at stats from Premier Padel, which is obviously the tournament that runs alongside this. You know, 90 matches, 79 wins, and that's.
I'm not great at maths.
That's because it's on the website. So it's a win percentage of 87.
I thought you'd done it in your head, Paul. I was going, that's impressive.
0.8%. Magic Ari, and Semara Talaván. She's ranked 32nd. She normally plays with Julieta Birahora. She is, by the way, a biochemistry graduate.
From Spain, obviously, Eddie Sanchez.
Yeah. She's actually from Reus, just south of Barcelona. Left-sided player, obviously.
And world number 1. 27 years old. Great signing, you know, franchise. There was a draft, of course, at the start of the season where the top players were chosen, selected in this draft system that is used often in American sport. And they drafted, of course, Eddie Sanchez, and that was one big pick.
Yeah, exactly, without a doubt. I mean, really, they've just gone for the big names, haven't they, Ari? And goes Claudia Jenson, you're seeing there. She's someone who basically really burst on the scene when she was just 16, 17 years old. She's still only, well, there you see.
Still 19.
Still only 19 years old.
I mean, you think, wow, she's been playing for so long because she started so young. And, you know, another player on the paddle circuit, quite a few still use that double-handed backhand, which is really good to disguise the shot because, you know, your foot placement, your body weight, you shape up to hit that double-handed backhand. It's the drop of the shoulder. You either open up the body slightly to get that backhand cross-court, you dip down slightly, and you knock it down the line. Yeah,
and she works well alongside Lorena Rufo, ranked 21st in the world at the moment. She's from Cáceres, which is down in Extremadura, a lovely city if you're ever in Spain. Her win percentage isn't great in the Premier Padel.
But like you said, Paul, I mean, for a lot of these players that are, you know, 12th, 18th, or ranked further down, when you get through to the last 16, you're up against the world number 1s.
Exactly.
And more often than not, we've said this before, you don't beat them. Therefore, here, it's slightly different because, of course, the number 1 isn't playing alongside the number 2.
Exactly, without a doubt. Maybe, yes, we said nice things about Marta. One thing Ari won't have, she won't have Paula's really powerful smash, because Paula Jose Maria, she's obviously not in this tournament, but she's someone who can absolutely batter the ball out of the court.
Well, players normally have to complement themselves, normally have a more resilient, sometimes more defensive player. That player who is a waller, the player who keeps those rallies alive, very few unforced errors, and then you have a player that probably takes on more of the risks. Now, the key shot in paddle isn't normally against the glass, the walls, it's sometimes down the middle, because that's where you need total communication. Those shots down the middle where both players go for. So there, what normally happens is the person who can take that shot on their forehand side, which is normally the stronger shot, then can attack. Now, we're going to use quite a few Spanish words during the commentary as well. Bandeja, which is a tray shot, the Biura. I mean, we talk about lobs. Obviously, you know, this sport, it was Mexico, Spain, Argentina, which is why you have so many players from Argentina and also from Spain. But there's
a sort of few urban legends about how it started, isn't it? We think it
was Mexico,
in
kind of went to Spain, then to Argentina, then back to Spain again, and now here to North America. That's kind of the viaje, the journey of paddle.
Well, just got a couple of minutes before we finally get going. A couple of last shots there for Lorena. The thing about Claudia Jenson, just going back to Claudia, is that one thing she does, she's very good at keeping the ball alive. But over the last season or so, she's also gained a little bit more strength with her víboras and her, I said, that backhand that you talk about. She's only 1.58 m, but she can hit the ball pretty hard for that size.
And also because a lot of these players, you know, when you're starting at 14 years old, you're playing your first competitive game, Lorena Rufo, on the World Padel Tour circuit, age 14. You know, you're still a girl. You know, you have to mature still, and you get, you know, you're stronger, you get, you know, more powerful. And of course, you start adding strings to your bow, adding shots to your game, and we see players constantly develop. So sometimes you see a player who might be world number 20, world number 25, and then suddenly they turn 25, 26, and they break into that top 12, break into that top 8. Now, of course, you've got the player dominating women's paddle since 2021 when she paired up with Paula Jose Maria in action here. So it's an amazing way to start what's going to be an amazing tournament in an amazing city with amazing weather. Perfect.
It's amazing so far, isn't it? Yeah, and you wait till the night falls and you see the view out the back. We've got the Williamsburg Bridge. You can actually see the Empire State Building from here. But we're going to be focusing at the court for, while Houston coach, by the way, is Diego Pezzoni.
Just quickly, 20 by 10 this court. The best place to watch paddle is probably from where we're sat here at the back end, with this great view, of course, of Brooklyn. You have your net in the centre, of course, just one bounce, new balls. Scoring system, the same as tennis. The only difference is, which puts more pressure, I think, on the less experienced players, because it's very psychological. You have this goal point where you get to a deuce and the next point wins. There's no deuce advantage deuce.
See, I'm gonna go disagree with it. I'm gonna disagree with it.
Let's get a debate going.
I think it's better maybe for the lower ranked players, because you just need to get 1 point as opposed to then get too clear to take the game. We'll see how it goes. Anyhow,
ready for the game, Pedal.
Okay, it's going to be Marta Talaván to serve, Claudia Jenson to receive.
I gotta wait till they come out again.
A little bit loose there from Marta, but well defended straight away from Claudia, I think, showing what she's about.
Really good first serve down the centre, because of course down the middle you give your opponents less angle for the return.
15-all. Looking to get that off the back glass there, Lorena. 15-all.
Such an important shot in paddle, probably the most important actually, the serve, because that's the one shot you control.
Look for a little bit of spin there, and Ari doesn't get that one out. Lorena, nice little backhand.
(30-15).
Smash there from Ari.
Really good put away.
Yeah. Gave them no option, did it?
The positioning under the ball, the execution.
Straight away looking to be aggressive, Ari Sanchez.
40-15.
40-15. It's a good start on the opening game. Difficult return there for Lorena Rufo. Really great placement from Ari.
No, second serve.
Second serve. That's going long, and that is the first game for Marta Talaván and Ari Sanchez. Now aggressive right from the start.
Yeah, and really good volley, that little volley there. It wasn't about the pace of volley, it was tucked away right in the corner. That little bounce just before the glass, of course it hits the glass first, it's out. And it's not about power, because had that ball been hit stronger, a drive for example, it would have bounced, hit the glass, and then there would have been a kick up. It would have been easier for the opponent to return it. So it's all about placement and pace.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see who serves first for Lorena and Claudia. Looks like it's going to be Lorena Rufo to serve. Left-sided player.
So important to hang on to your service games. You do not want to suffer an early break.
Exactly.
No, second serve.
That's gone out. Second serve.
You see this battle, trying both teams to get to that net and dominate the net, where of course you win the vast majority of points.
Oh, great stuff there from Ari Sanchez.
Oh, what a way to win a point!
Yeah, we've been told that in Spanish that is that shot.
A tweenie as well. It's called a tweenie.
A tweenie. In,
that shot through the legs.
In Spanish they call it a willy,
yeah,
but we won't be using that term, I tell you.
That reaction, I mean,
unbelievable.
Speed of thought.
So, love 15. Well played.
That's really good. I mean, with those kind of volleys, let go and hit the back wall. When you're defending, you've got to decide whether to set off quickly and get further up your side of the court to have a chance of returning that shot.
Once again, Marta just putting a bit of air in that one. And well played again by Lorena Rufo.
Really good shot. It's always difficult, but when it comes off that glass, and sometimes when it's a double wall, like that shot,
it dies, doesn't it?
The angle, sometimes it takes a few points, a few games, just to know exactly where you need to be stood.
Yeah, exactly. This court was laid, what, 3 or 4 days ago.
I mean, it
takes
looks
a bit of time.
spectacular. Looks great. Off the tape.
Just dropping down 30 all.
Oh, this is a massive point.
A bit of pressure here for Lorena. Read that quite well, Marta Talaván. Didn't quite get that smash, Harry.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, well played. So start off with 2 break points, and it is 2 break points because if it goes to 40 all, it would be, or to deuce, it would be a gold point.
Now, before that winner, she took a shot that was her partner's shot, but because on her forehand side, could then anticipate and take advantage in the point, almost like an approach shot to then put away that volley. It's like a game of chess. You've got to get it into that position where you can win a point outright.
It is like a game of chess at this level. Once again, well played by Claudia Jenson, just stretching there. And once again, looking to...
Great exchange.
Doing well to hold the net, aren't they, Jenson and Rufo, in this point? And that's a
what
lovely
a passing
shot.
What a wonderful cross-court passing shot. That was such a difficult angle.
Didn't have much space to play for, did she? So goal point. Whoever wins this point wins the game.
Also the awareness.
Yeah.
Didn't even have to look to see where her opponent was. Cross-court Talaván down row. Now here, for the golden point,
Do you attack it?
The team receiving can choose who receives the serve.
And it's going to be Ari. Decent serve, though. Well, just that little moment there, wasn't there, when there was a little break in understanding there between Ari and Marta?
Well, to both go forward, stay back.
A good little chiquita there in there, but well played by Claudia.
Well, it's the longest rally of the opening set. Now they can come forward. Just trying to stay back there.
There's a lot of tension on this point, isn't there? It's a really important point early on. Just slides away there from Lorena
There
Rufo.
was a gap. There was a gap. There was an opening, though couldn't quite wrap a racket around the ball enough just to guide it down the line. And an early break in this opening set. Now, all Adi Sanchez and Talaván need to do is to hold on to their serve, and they've won the set.
Yeah, Adi to consolidate that break. Stretching a little bit too far there.
And also just allowing the ball maybe to drop too low and then not having that angle to get it over the net.
So, all of 15.
That double-handed backhand.
Yeah. Hits it so well. Oof. Vicious little bounce there off the back glass.
Very important there, Eddie. Got a call from her doubles partner. One player at the net, so important the communication during the point.
Once again, that That spin off the back, great effect by Marta, 15 all. But once again, we are just seeing a couple of little differences in communication. That was what we're saying, that these obviously aren't the usual
they take
pairings.
time just to gel, because they've been practicing, they were warming up, they've been here for a day or two, you know, playing rallies, just getting into sync.
So Ari Sanchez serving to Claudia Jenson. Well blocked there by Lorena Rufo.
Really good deep lob. What a great scoop.
Yeah.
You can see what we were saying earlier, Paul, that it's very difficult to win those points outright.
Well played. Really well played.
Excellent.
By Claudia there. Some good defending, and then just finding that space, pulling them out of position.
And just turning defense into offense with a clever low volley, and then found that opening again, a cross-court winner. We're seeing Talaván maybe move
inside a bit too much.
Yeah, too many times into that central position.
So a little bit of pressure on the serve again. Drills in that backhand. That was
brilliant. Again,
13 all.
just the,
swings,
the power.
swinging away as well, wasn't it there?
Power she can generate, and the angle, hit a bit of side spin, so soon again that side spin. I mean, here you don't see much top spin unless it's a smash. So side spin, slice, two preferred shots, along with the lob if you're on defense or looking for an approach shot.
Dinks that one over the net. Once again, well defended by Lorena Rufo there. Well, both going for that. Ari's looking to take the responsibility, isn't she?
Well, they're trying to get to that net, but they're not being allowed to because their opponents are playing very, very well indeed. There's a fake smash.
Just dinks it in the middle. And there's a chance maybe for Claudia. Yeah, indeed, well taken. 30-40. Once again, they worked that angle.
Well, it's so important if you're broken to try and break back immediately. So the next game, you have that chance, you're receiving. If you can break back, hold on to your next service game, you're tied.
So once again, 2 more break points.
Really good deep serve once again.
Well defended by Claudia. This time just scoops it up.
Using the side wall there for the return. Rufo. On the back foot throughout this rally, but still in the point.
Exactly, no. Well, they have been in several points in this game, and that is a fantastic,
the best shot of the set so far.
lovely disguised winner there. So
I think Adi even gave her opponent the thumbs up. They were, if you look at that whole point from start to finish, they were defending.
See what let's just listen to if we can hear what the coach says.
Just saying, of course, now it's quite a quick surface, so those slice shots are skidding up. You know, it's a fast court, which makes, of course, for very entertaining paddle. And just saying, of course, now look at that. There was no power. Wrapped the racket around the ball and just guided it cross court. I mean, that was a wonderful winner. And here we see, you know, you've broken your opponent, you're leading 2-0.
Yeah.
You're looking to hang on to your serve for that 3-0 lead. And now it's 2-1 with serve.
Exactly, and it was your top player, perhaps, who had a service broke.
I'm just saying about the lobs, perhaps a couple of my lobs
little bit shy.
yeah, have lacked a bit of depth. Maybe need to be slightly more aggressive because the lob is a defensive shot, but very often becomes an offensive shot because by lobbing, it allows you and your partner to get to the net.
I think so far, though, Claudia Jenson and Lorena Rufo, what they've done very well is, when they've been forced back, they've been quite happy to defend deep, and then they've looked to step forward and to win some very decisive points.
Time.
Got players now getting ready to come back onto the court here at the Dougal Greenhouse in Brooklyn, New York. It's 2-1, Talaván Sanchez lead with serve.
Okay, to make it 2-all. Claudia Jenson serving.
Such a tremendous one-handed backhand there from Abby.
As well there, Marta, to dig that one out.
Nadia, that's nobody's come forward. So the shout from Talaván telling Adi Sanchez that both players had stayed back.
Well played, Adi Sanchez. Lovely angle.
Yeah, because you see that you've got the glass on part of the side.
Have a look at this again.
The back wall. This goes into the fence. Now the fence is the one spot that you never quite know if the ball's going to kick up or go down.
Now, those little stanchions as well can be very treacherous. That's a bit short and killed. Well played.
Brings it back home.
Well, she said the court was quick, and there's a little proof of it.
Really good put away. Positioning, execution, perfect.
So after that,
Change the shot when the ball was mid-air. You could see she was shaping up. Her whole body said cross court. When that ball was dropping, you could see she shifted, changed, wasn't in the right position.
That's a nice lob.
Allows them both to come forward, get control of the net.
And you really don't want Adi Sanchez to get control of the net because we've seen the power she's got.
30-all.
Puts it wide though, and puts it into the glass. 30-all.
Slightly miscued on that occasion. And I'm sure if they can bring this to 2-2, it'll be a massive confidence boost, morale boost, having trailed 2-0 with that early break.
Hits the net cord and drops on the wrong side. Well, the wrong side for Marta.
A couple of times we've seen that in
40-30.
this opening set. Not getting the luck of the tape so far. Talaván and Sanchez. There's that shot down the middle.
Yeah, just they both left it for a fraction, didn't they?
Now, because it was down the middle, but slightly too
3 golden points in
side.
3 golden points in 4 games. Oof, that kicked up, didn't it?
Nadia, nobody come forward.
Well defended again, well blocked. Once again, it's that battle of nerves, and once again, it's Claudia and Lorena Rufo who held it, so 2-all.
They continue that momentum by taking back-to-back games to tie it at 2-2.
A little bit of a careless backhand, that from Ari. So Marta to serve for the second time in the match, or in the set.
Oh, there's a slip. Let's get back to her feet quickly.
Once again, staying deep.
Great recovery.
Fantastic.
Brilliant. Been so impressed so far by Jenson and Rufo.
Well, we did say in the warm-up that this could be really, really close.
That's
Claudia.
the first unforced error we've seen from the teenager. Disappointed, you can see.
Yep.
That was a chance to put away that volley.
Once again, nobody coming forward. To get a little bit tentative on that lob, wasn't she? This time they get a bit more luck. Ay, Lorena.
Again,
Once
another
again.
volley into the tape, but we're seeing there, those little shots down at the player's feet. Why? Because if the ball is hit at your feet,
You
the
can't
only
attack.
way
You
is
can't
up.
attack, yeah.
The only way is up. You've got to get that ball up and over the net.
It's very difficult to work. It's basically impossible to attack. Once again, staying deep.
Chance come forward.
Well, really well directed lob. It's not a bad one either.
Now you see the vast majority of lobs are cross court because you've got a longer distance, of course, diagonal. So the ball has more time to go up and back down again.
Once again, defending well though, Claudia Jenson. Looking to just dig
the
that one
feet.
out. That's what you were saying about down to the
Down at
feet, weren't you?
You've got to
40 love.
really get your body low. It's a difficult shot because also you can return it, but you're thinking about placement as well.
No, second serve.
Just a little bit long, that serve.
Well, they are racing through this 5th service game.
Once again, just helping it on, Ari Sanchez. Really aggressive, lots of power in that one. Served out to Love.
3 games to 2 for the Saints.
So 3 games to 2.
So that point was so good because they basically freezed out one of the players and then turn their tactics to the volley on the right, so attacking the right. What you do sometimes is you concentrate 3, 4, 5 shots. You wear down one of the opponents. The other player drifts into the center, almost trying to, you know, get into the point. So you see the shot down the left, you step slightly more to your left.
Yeah.
Another shot, another shot. You can see your doubles partner is starting to tire. So you try and help out by stepping more into the middle. What you do is you're leaving a gap on the right-hand side. So what they did there was Adi was continuing. Same player, Rufo, again and again, Talaván, Rufo. And then the winner was where? Jenson, who had left that small gap.
Exactly, they put her in the fridge, as the saying goes.
The fridge. Frozen out of the point until that winner. So 3-2, Talaván Sanchez lead with serve. And that was the first quick game we've had so far in this
First
set.
one that's gone, yeah, so we've had 3 out of 5 go-to-goal points.
Lorena Rufo to serve.
Blistered in there
Well,
from
as I say,
Ali.
in Spain they say al muñeco, because another way to win the point is when you aim a volley at, not looking to strike, of course, your opponent, but they don't have room to maneuver. It's straight at them. They can't get their body physically out of the way.
Great stuff from Claudia there off the back glass. Anticipates that.
Yes.
Anticipating that, Ari. I think she thought that was just going to drop for her the backhand.
It's one of those ones where you need a call from your doubles partner to say, Sully, it's leaving the court, and you head off. Didn't get a shout, so stayed on the court, and then there's no way back. But it was tight. It was
Yeah, it
difficult
could have
one
gone
to,
either
very
way,
difficult
couldn't it?
one to judge. Oh, you could see it. You could see that gap. We could see that gap. We had a perfect view.
Right behind it.
Diagonal. There was a massive gap.
30-15. Once again, Lorena Rufo serving. Oi, 30. Oh,
what a shame, what a shame, what a shame.
That was
Again,
there, wasn't it?
That's the second. It's one of these volleys, it's enticing. It kind of, you know, it's up there, sitting up as if, hit me. And maybe a slightly softer, less risk volley to then take a step further, closer to the net. You're in a better position to hit the winner. And they're made up for that earlier mistake.
Great bajada. Great bajada. I think Marta fancied the little drop shot. 40-30. Once again, acrobatic from Ari. And a lovely finish there. Lovely backhand volley. Dispatched almost, I don't know, arrogant ease there by Claudia Jenson.
That, you know, one player scrambling to try and keep that point alive, then across the other side, and the other player scrambling.
So Ari Sanchez, I think she'll want to hold this after, for logic,
Well,
obvious reasons, after losing last time.
Losing her first service game of the set.
Once again, scurries across there and defending well, Claudia Jenson. Changes the angle on that one, Ari Sanchez.
Cleverly.
Oh, that's a cracking shot there from Claudia. Just opens the racket face, slides it across. 15 all.
Just opened up and slightly weaker wrist. And a slightly weaker wrist you can see there just as she opened up and guided that ball across her opponent.
Just to remind you, we're here in Brooklyn in the Google Greenhouse for the finals of the Pro Padel League, the Cities Cup.
This the season finale. Started back in April. Those two events in Miami, then San Diego, and now Brooklyn, New York.
Well played once
Very
again.
little bounce, difficult, very little bounce, and also had stepped slightly forward, so the shot was slightly, you can see, behind her.
Yeah, it just never gets the racket face on it, does she? So, 40-15. Good deep serve as well there from Ari Sanchez. Really good, really aggressive there from Rufo.
Anticipated. That shot was cross-court. Didn't end up being a cross-court shot because Rufo stepped forward, covered the middle ground, and there Adi was a sitting duck.
Whoops. Let that middle misunderstanding again. Ooh, here's a chance. Wow. And taken.
That was difficult. It was a reflex return. You couldn't allow that ball to hit the back glass. She had to go and try and hit it and return it first time.
If it hit the back, it had just gone
gold
away from
point again, Paul.
Another gold point. Fourth gold point in 6 games. And a massive, massive one as well, I would say. And well, another break. 7 games down, 4-3. Jenson and Rufo break to the good.
Well, at the moment, a surprise on this main court. Another break, and Jenson and Rufo leading in the first set, and now with a chance to make it 5-3.
Let's hear what they say.
Well, first of all, it's congratulations, girls. You're playing brilliantly.
Let's have a look at that last point. Just looking for that really tight backhand. Doesn't give herself enough of an angle, does she? Not happy. Gosh, let's be honest, she's come all the way from Kuwait.
But she knows there'll be no excuses.
No.
All the players have had a competitive. It's been plenty of fixtures, travelling, but they're here, they're ready. It's a massive event. It's not just the prize money; it's prestige, of course.
Look, you just don't want to lose. Nobody wants to lose.
It's a team event. Of course, you can't afford to lose. They might even lose this first set, but I don't think they expected to have suffered so much in this set and have, these breaks can do damage. And if Jenson and Rufo are capable of holding on to their serve,
it puts massive pressure on Marta when she.
Pressure.
Time.
So this is another huge game here. Claudia Jenson to serve. So a chance to go 5-3 up in the opening set. Ooh, 15 love, just goes a bit deep there from Marta.
Or just drifting wide. That's a very difficult shot to execute.
Just looking to stun it over the top.
It's very difficult.
Wow. Well played. Should have killed that off perhaps there, Marta.
Still somehow staying in this point. All the credit again, Jenson. Oh, what a shame. That's probably, of all the shots, she had to return the easiest.
Just took a little clip off the tape though on the way through. Might have just put her off, but probably had time to react. Yeah, she just didn't quite react in time. So 15-30. Once again, the serve struggling.
That was just wide.
15-40.
15-5, just long.
Probably didn't need to take such a big risk. There was space. Looking, obviously hit it slightly wider to win that point outright. Took the risk, missed the shot.
3 break points.
Yeah, 3 break points.
Frustration there as that break goes. So it's 4 games all, Marta Talaván.
Oh, back to square one. 4-4. Next 2 games, or perhaps
Who knows?
more games. Could even see a tie break, but there's no guarantee now. Talaván's going to win her serve.
No, second serve.
Second serve.
Don't think so far there's any guarantee anyone's going to hold the serve. Once again, Ali takes responsibility.
Lucky with that bounce off the net.
And
And
again,
again, just set up nicely for both players.
didn't give Harry time to really get power in it. Once again, a little bit long there from Lorena Rufo. Maybe just needs to compose herself a wee bit.
Sometimes when the ball hits the net, it makes it a lot harder for the play, but on both occasions, it slowed the shot down. The ball looped up into the air and allowed both players to return safely.
Switching it around again, Claudia Jenson.
Didn't catch that one cleanly.
No, no.
Got lucky.
That one just in. Played down to feet, well played, well defended, but
Brings it
not
home
a lot
again.
you can do about that.
And they weren't too sure if there was a shot that perhaps was out, and there was a bit of a, you know, they weren't too sure for a second. They kind of paused. There was no call. You've got to play to the whistle. You've got to play to the umpire. Umpire made no call. You've got to make sure you play that point to the end.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to say, what were they unhappy
There was
about?
one that was really close down the side. It was in, but it was one of those ones that bounces just before
Really hard
the
to tell.
sidewall. Really difficult to judge. And of
well
course, when
played.
you're down there, sometimes you don't get the perspective we have.
Just angled away there for T-Love, so once again, it's going to put pressure on if they, obviously if they win the next point.
Well, whatever was said to these two players
Just lost
when
the
they changed ends has definitely worked.
And they're served out very quickly. So I think the coach will have to do a little bit of work now, I think, with Lorena and Claudia. They just lost focus, didn't they, after that last service game they lost?
Well, they played it so well, but they, again, you've got to give credit to the players, you know, they're playing against. I mean, these are, you know, world number 1. You've got Marta Talaván as well, who is ranked number 32, but an excellent player who probably deserves to be higher in the ranking. Now, they're in control. It's still with serve, so in theory, with serve, it should go to 5-5. But this hasn't been a typical set.
No, it hasn't, has it?
Lots of breaks, lots of long contested points. And now, whatever was said to Talaván and Sanchez worked. It's now Jenson and Rufo. They need some guidance. They need to win this service game to stay in this first set.
Yeah, exactly. This is where Diego will be earning his corn.
I have to say, plenty of words of confidence. You know, you're playing great. Just keep it up. You've been excellent. It's not about things you've done wrong. Let's focus on the positives, on the good shots. Let's try and rediscover that kind of form we showed when we took that lead at the last change of ends. They've lost the last 2 games. They can't afford to lose 3 in a row. Otherwise, they've lost this set 6-4.
Exactly. Lorena Rufo serving.
Love.
15. I think once again just a little sign of frustration there, sending that one long. To be fair, Ari had to be quickly swift on her feet to get out of the way. Nah, it's really well played from Claudia Jenson. That little drop, having Marta sprint forward, couldn't get there.
So important that your doubles partner gives you those. Come on, see, you can do it, you can do it. You know, give you that extra boost as you race forward. That was an excellent shot. The way it just span into the fence. Opting for the lob instead of the bajada.
I think that's probably wise. They were really good in the opening games, weren't they, Claudia Jenson and Lorena Rufo, when they just made sure they kept it alive. Ferocious attacking there from Ari Sanchez. Well defended.
The way she just gets over those double-handed backhands. And now, approach shot, defensive shot, the glob or the lob. Trying to get hold of that net.
Whoa. Unplayable. Unplayable. It's what we're saying about those stanchions. You can't do anything when the ball hits
you
us.
can't, I mean, it's one of those ones, you've got to take that gamble, get there. You can't allow it to hit that fence because it's a very difficult shot to retrieve. But on that occasion, just not enough room really, just to angle the racket in that small gap, get it back over the net.
30-15. Hey, loose. 30 all.
I think that's unforced error number 4 in this first set. A couple of volleys into the net and a couple of deep ground shots from the back. That could prove costly at 30-all now.
This is a massive point. And 2 set points.
Oh, war cry there from Adi. And Marta. Well, they've gone up through the gears in these last 3 games, Paul.
They have just stepped it up, haven't they? Looking determined, I think it's fair to say there, Adi Sanchez.
Pressure really on.
Just got to keep it alive.
Really on now. You've just got to stay in this point and look for that moment where you can take control. They're kind of there at the net, but gingerly at the net. Not too sure where to go. Back and defend. Be careful, you're not left in no man's land. And that's where they were just
well
now,
played,
no man's land.
You're neither forward nor back, are you?
Unsure to take that extra step forward. You can't really afford to go back when your opponents are looking to get forward. And there they were caught in no man's land. And there we see...
Was that just that hesitation?
I think the big difference was, I think Marta Talaván has been consistent throughout this set.
Yeah.
I think what we have seen is Adi Sanchez has suddenly exploded into life. These last 3 games, they've won all 3 games.
When she had her service broken, you could tell that she was
walked off the court.
unhappy.
She wasn't happy, understandably. 2 services broken. Now a smile on the face. Now some of the pressure is off because they know they can play much better. I do think that Rufo and Jenson have played really, really well. Now, how much better can they play? We're going to find out, Paul, in this second set, because for them, they need to win the second set. Try and send it to a third.
I think they've just lost a little bit of concentration as well. I just noticed that little argument, that little point where they weren't happy
you've got
about.
to give the credit to, I mean, the way that Adi Sanchez, and they were dominating the points, whereas before they were disputed, they were in control. And we were seeing, obviously, you know, Talaván Sanchez have the big game experience that perhaps Rufo doesn't have. Rufo's further down the ranking, number 23. And you're looking at Adi Sanchez having, you know, been world #1 and playing this. And she's just playing much better than she was at the start of the game. So now they're going to come out. Confidence is now sky high. And it's one of those ones where you've got to try not.
Okay, there's the stats for the first set. So I think 28 points to 19.
You're looking here, you know, golden points returning and with service. Consecutive points, of course, those 9 consecutive points coming when it most mattered at the end of the first set. They've won 3 games in a row. Now, Jenson and Rufo have to stop the rot.
It's Marta Talaván serving to get us underway at the second set. First one's a bit long. And I think, Eric, Claudia Jenson and Lorena Rufo, what they need to do now is get back to that tactic they were using at the start of the match and just
a lot of the time they're using chip and charge, you know, get those balls down at the feet of the players, get into that net. The only thing is now, you mentioned this earlier, they're not the tallest of players. I mean, Jenson is under 1.60 m, so of course, you know,
158.
158. So of course, when it comes to those lobs, you know, you're normally forced back, so you've got to choose carefully the moment you attack the net, because you know you don't want to be dashing forward to be dashing back to be dashing forward, which is part of paddle.
Exactly.
But of course it tires you, and on long points there is a physical, what they call in Spanish, desgaste. You do get worn down.
Yeah, you end up paying the toll for it, don't you? And well played once again, just worked it up, set it up on Marta. Confidently killing that point, 30-15.
Now they're at the net nearly every single point. What does that mean? 75, 80% of the time, you are going to win that point. They need to try and push Talaván and Sanchez back deep. Not an easy task. It's looking good for Miami in this opening match.
40-15. It's
Even
confident
better
start,
now.
isn't it? Confident start.
We were saying Miami Padel Club, winners of the opening event of the year in Miami, one of the favourites for the title. Very strong roster.
As you'll see when in the next pairings on court. That's a little bit careless from Claudia. That's first game goes to Talaván and Ari Sanchez. Quick little turnaround, and then we'll be ready to go.
As this is a team sport, you know, the first of its kind with the franchises.
I think just looking at the bench there, I think it gives you the idea how small Claudia Jenson is. Say 158.
Still
meter
such
58,
a
not
tenacious, just a tenacious defender. But just with the franchises, I mean, for Miami, this is a massive event. For all the teams taking part, it's a massive event. But of course now, looking at this system with the mixed doubles potentially, next up the men's doubles, there'll be added pressure on Alex Chozas and Ivan Ramirez should their teammates lose the opening game, which puts Tapia and John South in a very strong position because they don't have that pressure.
$15 left, just because a
Slightly
little bit
wild,
long.
slightly wild there.
Once again,
Brilliant.
hits the
That
top,
was-
hits the top and rolls out. So 30 love. They need to win this game as well,
Yeah.
I think, for confidence after losing those last.
This is one of the rare times you see a topspin. The topspin, of course, used because the kick
Just
off
takes
the
it up,
court
doesn't it?
and off the glass just shoots that ball up into the air. And of course, the angle goes out sideways. So there's topspin and side spin on that smash.
Now we're played on the bajada there, just stretching a little bit, Claudia. It's what they were saying, that once again, just that little bit too aggressive, perhaps. We're still 30-15. Once again, the spin just took it away, didn't it, from Marta Talaván?
As like any sport, psychology is a massive part. When you start losing games, suddenly it's one game, then two, then three. You've lost the set. You need to forget about that first set and think, okay, it's a new game. We've got to win 2 sets. You've got to win your service games in this second set, which they have done. They've started off well, they've tied the second set, and you've got to forget about that first set because sometimes you see players, and they say that themselves in interviews, sometimes they're looking back at a missed shot, a missed smash, an unforced error, and then suddenly you find yourself 3-0 down for the second set.
Yeah, done well to put the brakes on that. And Ari Sanchez's serving hasn't been convincing yet. I think this might be a big sign of how her confidence has changed this service game.
Well, they're keeping Jenson tucked into that corner. She can get forward.
She's done really well, though, to get out of it. And again. And again she gets out of it.
Now,
don't know if she's going to get out of that one. That was like...
That final shot, not the winner, the one before the winner, when it hit the 2 glass walls, there, perhaps, that shot there, Jenson should have left it for her doubles partner.
To take on the
forehand side, Rufo, which would allow Jenson a mini breather and allow her to get back into position.
Yeah. 15 love. Yep. Yeah, I think Ari just maybe could have left that one for Marta, talking about taking your partner's ball.
Cracking angle. And then the covering volley, so important.
And that one doesn't go. Whoa, unlucky. That was really... Well, that would have been the point of the game, wouldn't it?
That looked great for the cameras. But there, choosing right, opting not to leave. You could see there was a shout from Adi's doubles partner, Marta Talaván. It's in, stood there. And that off the fence was very difficult. I mean, I have to say, even just hitting that ball. That's always
Yeah.
good. Had that gone over the net, then we would have had perhaps the best shot of the match, which, by the way, is sponsored by Adidas.
Oh, it is indeed. The Adidas smash. 30-15, that was a little bit careless, a little bit long there from Harry, trying to angle that one right into the corner.
Now, there's a little countdown clock, which you can't see there on your screens, which is how long the players have to serve. You can't take an eternity between points to serve. And, of course, the serve, you can't strike the ball if it's above your waist.
40-15.
Obviously, would give you a massive advantage if you could hit it from high up.
So, of course, if you're slightly taller, then you have that advantage.
That's gone out.
Oh, it was just clipped, clipped the outside of the line.
Nobody called it, not even neither Claudia nor Lorena.
No,
Looked out to me.
No challenge as well, so
Well,
just clipping the line.
2 games to 1.
so 2 games to 1, everything going so far with serve in this second set.
We're seeing the service games in this second set go a lot faster than in the first set. Now, it's true, balls are changed, but the ball over time becomes faster when they heat up.
Speaking about heat and eat, another one of our sponsors is Italy.
It's a great food. And
It is very, very good,
coffee
isn't it?
too. Well, some of the highlights.
We visited one yesterday,
that,
actually,
yeah.
as we did our...
Really good in Manhattan. Really, I mean, you're looking at Addy now. There's a smile on her face. It's here, the coach. Well, it's about erasing out unforced errors.
It'll be Claudia to serve, won't it, when we get back on court?
You look at the body language now.
Yeah, that's
compared to
a
the
bit...
body language
Okay, yeah.
perhaps earlier.
Taking
But-
it on, taking it in.
But it's with serve. Second set is with serve. But to be in that position when you're leading 4-3, and you're thinking, wow, we're 2 games away, and suddenly you lose 3 straight games. And here we're saying, look, basically saying, Rufo, there are these times now where sometimes I'm not too sure whether to take the extra step and try and get to that net, or perhaps is it best just to stay back and defend. It's you don't have time really to make the decision.
No, not with players such as Adi Sanchez, because she just is straight onto you, isn't it? I mean, she's why her.
If you doubt for even half a second, you've lost the point. You either commit to the net or you commit to staying back. You can't afford to be in no man's land.
Okay, Claudia Jenson to serve. 2 on the trail, but game's going with serve in this second set.
Second serve.
Well played, Marta. Just look for that little gap between the two there. Love 15. Just looking, the light here is pretty good because it's been well looked after. Just a couple of little shards of light there across the court. Is that a problem for players?
No. I mean, it's the way this venue is facing. It won't affect the players at all. We were saying earlier, amazing weather here in Brooklyn. Feels almost like summer.
Well played.
15 on.
Well, they're looking for what they call in Spain a doble pared que abre. The ball hits that side wall, then the back wall. I was trying to return it, Addy, but couldn't.
Opts to let that one bounce. Stretching once again. I think Lorena did there what Addy didn't do. Addy thought about going for the ball that was a little bit too high, left it, and in the end took the point because Lorena Rufo did stretch for one. It's 15-30. Another big point here. Looking for the drop shot there, but 15-14, big moment perhaps in the game here. 3 break points.
No, second serve.
And also, second serve where you can't be as attacking with that second serve, which allows Oh, wow.
Well, she was attacking there.
Yeah,
A little bit too attacking.
So unlike Addy. That didn't hit the bottom of the glass.
No, that was like
that was about 1.5 meters high. Sees the funny side of it, Addy.
Well played. Had a chance there on the volley, Marta. Talaván just puts it a bit low, so another golden point.
That's a brilliant serve.
Really good,
And
quick,
an even
low.
better return. Was ready for that. Jenson. Took a gamble going forward, Talaván.
Drills in that backhand, puts it into the net, and there is that. What first break of this second set? Is that going to be decisive, Eric? 3-1 with the serve, chance to consolidate it now. Marta Talaván, who has been pretty effective on her serves.
Opting for an attacking shot there with the bajada, the bring down.
It was there for it, though, wasn't it? It was there.
It was high.
It said hit me.
It had a high contact point on the back wall.
Oof, well played.
Really good recovery.
Well played by Lorena Rufo. That's a lovely shot. Good volley, good lob.
Well, here they are freezing Addy out of the point. There. Now involved.
This one should go,
Yeah.
and indeed it does. Well
One
played.
shot, Addy, in that whole rally. They were just pummeling.
Yeah.
Time and time again. You could see at the end, worn out.
So, look, 15. And again. What? Out that one goes. 4 meters that back wall.
Yeah.
Remember, 15
Row two.
up.
Row two that finished.
They returned the favour this time, didn't they? They just pummeled Lorena Rufo.
That is really the only way to win that point outright, that smash over the back wall. The por cuatro.
First one we've seen go out over the back wall. No, it's a
Great
lovely
switch.
shot from
Really
Marta,
good
yeah,
switch.
changing the angle, and gets it off the stanchions, 30-15.
Disguised the volley really well.
Yeah. It's again just down the line. It's gone deep, but it's gone, well, it's still in. Once again, Claudia couldn't reach that. Another long
Really good
rally
half
here.
volley there by Addy.
Great block. And that's a spectacular
retrieval.
recovery, yeah.
Oh, brilliant back glass to stay in the point.
Oof. And brilliant winner in the end, but great play from both teams, from both pairs there. Great defending. They kept attacking, didn't they? And in the end, that's a great recovery. That's a fantastic
All
lob.
came about after that good lob. That was the shot. That was the approach shot, a defensive shot that turned into an attacking shot.
So, chance to go 4-1 up. It'd only be one break to the good, but it's sort of psychological, isn't it?
Especially after losing that first set, having led 4-3.
Staying deep again. Jenson and Rufo. Good looking for the drop shot there, Ari. Well defended. And that's again
down the middle.
Down the middle.
At the beginning of a point, there's more communication. When players are racing one side, the other side, sometimes that communication breaks down. So that shot down the middle was a very clever shot. Now looking at these players, they've yet to win. You know, they're smiling. Because why? They've won 7 of the last 8 games.
Sorry, what it says? Here you see it again. Set up there, and as you said, right down the middle there, Eric. And whereas they went off court not so long ago looking unhappy, all of a sudden they sort of jogged off, and I'm pretty sure they'll be ready to jog back on, hopefully looking to finish this match off. But 1 hour and 7 minutes so far.
More of the same. More of the same. And also, sometimes these breaks come at just the wrong time because you've got that momentum. You've won a game again. Now, it's one break, it's 4-1, there's that psychological 3-game gap. You know, if you are broken again, it's 5-1.
No, another break now, and it is
game over.
Game over. As good as.
As good as. Just saying as well here, it's just one break. Don't, you know, no overconfidence. You know, keep it, because sometimes when you have that cushion, you start thinking we're going to end the point earlier.
Yeah.
When you try and do that, you choose the wrong shot. When you need to be patient and basically work the
Too
point.
aggressive, make
so
them...
there, the instructions were very clear. It's only one break. Play as you have been doing. That's the way forward.
Loreno Rufo serving 4-1 down in the second set. But just that one break, as Eric said. 15-love. Again. Well, he played off the glass. And awkward one there from Marta. It's again.
She's been finding that critical area, which is right up against the glass, really low bounce, where you cannot just get your racket. There's no room. That's the first shot we've seen that's hit the tape and gone over the other side.
I think she needed that little bit of luck there. If that had dropped the wrong side, that would have been like, oh.
Nothing's going our way.
That would have been a ground swallow me moment. Nice little disguise.
Well recovered
there, yeah.
Had to cover a lot of ground.
That
was X because she had to.
It's what you were saying about going for it.
Yeah, had to cover so much ground there as well because Marta Talaván had scurried forward, had to try and scurry back, and then he took the gamble, anticipated well, and from a shot they looked like losing that rally. They've come out on top, and now it's 30-30, just 2 points away from a 5-1 lead.
It's the previous shot, though, wasn't it, from Ari that sets it up. It stays low, hard to return, and it just set up the drop shot.
The backspin on that drop shot just drops dead.
Yeah. So 2 more break points. That's a sort of
5 games to 1.
defeated shot, isn't it?
That's the one.
Lacking that conviction, 5-1.
It was the right shot to play because Adi had come forward and was stuck up against the glass. So Marta Talaván had to shift into the centre to try and cover more of the court. It was the right shot, not the right execution.
Not a bit like me, though. I had the right ideas, but
got a paddle brain.
got a great brain for football.
Got
a great brain.
The arms and legs don't quite follow.
Lovely, lovely little fake smash there.
That is such a good shot, such an intelligent shot. It's sometimes, for those learning paddle, watching at home, it's one of those shots you don't play. You think, I'm going to smash it, I'm going to smash it. But sometimes that fake smash is the winner. And then we saw. Really well played there by Claudia. That was guided through the door. Guided through the door.
Just sat up, didn't
Her
she?
intentions were made clear, but you can't do anything.
Nah.
It's set up nicely, right height. Just a little bounce, out through the door, 15-all.
Just to remind you, serving for the match. To take a 1-0 lead, Miami Paddle Club. Ah, 30-15, once again, just the power winning that point there. Sanchez serving. Nicely angled. Once again, keeping that ball alive there, Sanchez. Rufo getting put under a lot of pressure. Great stop. Keeps the game alive, 30-all. Well played, Lorena Rufo there. They put her under a lot of pressure on the point.
2 points, Paul. 2 points. And first win for Miami.
They've got to win them, though.
Nada. Again, nadie or nada. No one or nothing. Nobody's coming forward. It's one of the most important calls in paddle.
Yep, she's coming.
They've got to get forward. They've got to get forward. They need to try and take control of the point.
Well played. Good shot, that one from Rufo. Really putting Harry under pressure. She does brilliantly there.
Full stretch.
Is that going to bounce in?
Amazing rally. Oh, what a sad end. So unfortunate. They played really well.
Just came in a little bit too quickly there, Lorena
But they managed to turn defence into offence. They managed to get forward. But the shot down low was a difficult shot to retrieve. I mean, the paddle these two are playing right now is top level.
Very high level. Too much points. Well, there's one of them.
That's a commentator's curse, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's a 2.
Top level.
Well, I did say 2 points. Still match point, though, because it's a gold point. Or golden point. And there it is, Harry angles that one over the net. Lorena Rufo can't get there, so
6-4 and
6-4, 6-1. Harry Sanchez and Marta Talaván win the first
match of this series. I mean, Paul, you've got to look at that key game. Has to be.
When it was 4-3.
It was 4-3. They were leading 4-3. They won one more game from then on.
Yeah.
Like we said, they went up through the gears. They discovered their top former. Marta Talaván, Adi, who perhaps maybe started slightly slower, then, started guiding her teammates.
Okay. We're going to have a look at our best shot of the match, our smash of the match, presented by Adidas.
And it's going to be won by a Houston Volts player. Here it is.
There you go, that.
Do you know how difficult that
That
is?
is.
Look how far back she is. It's almost at the back on the service line. And that topspin we were talking about, the way you arch your back, the way you get under the ball, the way you generate the topspin, the side spin, the kick off the glass. Claudia Jenson, the worthy winner of the smash of the match.
Picked up and scurried out with that court like an angry, like a frightened rabbit, didn't they, up that side of that court.
Miami now, stranglehold in the series. Coming up next, Paul. Not long to go, we're going to have a courtside interview. And then we've got Agustin Tapia, second in the world. He's going to be playing on this court alongside number 13 in the world ranking, John Santh. And now, I believe we can go courtside with Julian, who is going to interview the winners.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome here to the final match. Ari, Marta, incredible game. Congratulations, Miami first victory on day one. Super excited. Marta, tell us how you feel.
La verdad que me he sentido muy bien. Estaba un poco nerviosa antes del partido por ser, pues eso, el primer día, el primer partido con Ari, pero la verdad que he disfrutado mucho. Creo que hemos rendido un gran nivel y muy contenta.
She really enjoyed the day. I mean, the match, she was a little nervous. So she's happy for the first win. Ari, I know you come all the way from Dubai, winning that amazing tournament. You just arrived last night. How does it feel, first victory? I know you're tired. I mean, you got that touch of that ball that was outstanding. How does it feel?
Sí, la verdad es que llegué ayer por la noche, estaba bastante cansada, pero bueno, al final estar aquí con el equipo me da esa energía extra. Agradecer a Marta, que creo que ha hecho un partidazo, ha jugado muy bien, muy sólida, con pocos errores, muy agresiva, así que nada, contenta de jugar a su lado esta semana y disfrutando mucho con el equipo y con ganas de mucho más.
She arrived last night. I mean, she's a bit tired, but you know, playing with Marta next to her, they propelled them to victory. She's happy for the first win for Miami. Let's go, Miami. Well done, girls. Oh.
Okay, well, let's just have a look at some of the highlights of this opening match in the Pro Padel League Cities Cup here in Brooklyn. Won, of course, 6-4, 6-1 by Marta Talaván, and Ari Sanchez really had to work hard in the opening set. Really tight until the 8th game, and then it's got the feeling that Ari and Marta just upped a gear. Very difficult to hold serve early on. Quick court. Here's the decisive game in the first set. And a great start to our week of paddle here in Brooklyn, and within sight of the Williamsburg Bridge and the Empire State Building. What a place to watch and to play paddle. So in the end, they just upped it that gear in the second set. Some pummeling winners there from Ari Sanchez. Here is the match point. Just angles that one there. Lorena Rufo couldn't get to it, and in just over an hour and 13 minutes, there you go, is the victory. There's the stats for you. 47 points to 33. That translates to 59% of the points. 9 consecutive points. That was when they sort of stretched it out at the end of the first set. And they didn't waste around with set points, didn't Marta Talaván and Ari Sanchez. 1 hour and 13 minutes. Next up, we have Gustapia and John Sanz against Alex Chozas and Ivan Ramirez, who have a little bit of work to do if they want to take this to a third match.
Normita. I don't... No hay nada. Okay. Sí, sí. No, porque me habían dicho que sí, de ahí de acá. No.